Hey, 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 hey! Welcome to the show, everybody. Yeah, we're making a lot of movies lately. Why not? Nothing better to do. You see, I'm a bored man. I'm an unlikely bored person. Yo. Just bored. But at the same time, I am immensely amused. Just a second. And I have found that AI is easier than I ever imagined. Okay. In fact, AI is helping us run the show. There's a lot of things that AI is doing for me. I had no freaking idea. Here's the parody. Insert the irony. The parable is the paradox of paradise is that it is a fantasy. Everything you're about to see and hear is not true. It's manufactured. But how? You're looking at mastery manufactured. You're looking at a guy who's just lucky and unlikely, who woke up one day and found out that he could play the piano better than anybody else. But that's not what he set out to do. No. That's not what he ended up doing. He ended up becoming a messenger of faith, a true martyr, somebody who destroyed tradition, somebody who took the traditional tools of mastery and threw them on the bonfire and said, hey, let's start over, and started over. You're looking at a man who created his own money press, who learned the past Illuminati secrets of the Illuminati. Okay? Are you buying all this voodoo bullshit? Doesn't matter if you do or you don't. See, there's the irony. Nothing matters. When you're given mastery overnight, nothing matters. Therein lies the paradox. I didn't work for it. I didn't earn it. Do I value it? Yes. Are you going to use it for good or evil? Remains the final question.
Kids really love that playhouse, huh?
Yeah, it's not.
You're looking at a guy who is a simple man who wears a straw hat,
Your Wi-Fi reaches all the way to the playhouse?
We're gagillionaires.
wears a
It reaches
watch.
everywhere.
Can I check it out?
Sorry, booked solid. But the treehouse just opened up.
But here's the parody. Here's the paradox. Here's the irony. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be bored. He doesn't have to wear a watch. He doesn't have to wear a straw hat. A straw boater's hat. No, he doesn't have to be like that. In fact, he doesn't have to talk. He doesn't have to see. He doesn't have to live. He doesn't have to die. This is a story about an unlikely, lucky person who was giving Illuminati powers beyond his wildest imaginations, and was able to look inside the crystal ball. And the things he saw in there were quite mysterious and majestic all at the same time. But what he saw, you would never want to see. And like Einstein said, it's all about your point of view. This is relativity in the Twilight Zone. Because you see, I'm not an animator. I'm not trying to make animations for me. I'm not trying to Jurassic Park something and sell it real fast. No. I'm building myths. I'm building mysteries. I'm building stories. And I'm putting mastery, effortless mastery, on display. What do you mean, Joe? Well, let me give you an inkling. Imagine you can wake up one day and do anything you wanted to do. Well, except fly. But you can fly. You can actually fly if you want to, in your mind. You can put on some VR goggles and you can pretend that you are flying. You can even get on the floor right there and spread your arms and legs like that and close your eyes and pretend that you are flying. Now, here's the analogy. Is that literal sense of flying? No. But are you flying? Yes. Literally? No. Ambiguity? Yes. Semi-literally? Yes. So why not yes all the way? Right? Okay, so, but let's just say now those were relatives and those were hypotheticals. Now I'm saying literal talents. Let's say you woke up one day and you could play the piano as well as you wanted to. With no training, no practice, no lessons, and you just jumped down there and you started rocking out. Yes, that can happen. And it does happen. It happened to me for sure. It happened to a lot of people too. But here's the irony. Here's the complex. Here's the difficult truth of that. It becomes a parody. It becomes irony that you don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it. Who cares how you do it? You mean, Joe, overnight, you got all the accolades, acclaim, clout. You went straight to the top of the music world and you got everything that you wanted. You could sing every song. You could play every note. It was just boom, right in your lap, boom. What if that really happened to you? You would start thinking heavily about life. Okay, so what are you saying, Joe? I'm saying what you think is real is not real. What you think is not real is real. We're caught in the matrix. And I tell you, it don't matter if you take the blue pill or the red pill. You're going to end up... Here, I'm gonna move this song to number 4, Hardy. You're going to end up in the Twilight Zone, sort of. So, let's get back to it, though. So, I'm not animating, but I am making gold. So, what I'm doing to me is important, but there's always an irony to everything, folks. Here's the ultimate irony to me. We shouldn't be here. Think about it. What are the chances that we're here? Alone. Just that alone? It's pretty wild, Joe. Why are we alone? Forget all those pictures they show you on the Discovery Channel and the History Channel and all of those outer space shots, that's all not true. Here's the literal science. It wouldn't look like anything they show you on the screen. Here's the parody, paradox, ironic truth about cosmology. They're not looking at anything. Once you understand that life is a light cone and inevitability is inevitability, which means, first of all, there's no going backwards. And there's no running away from the future. Okay? That'd be like going into a black hole. If you went into a black hole, then yes, you could avoid the future. You could see the future all play out simultaneously right in front of your face. And that's better than going back to the future. So, or going back so that you can see the future. So, that's where time reverses. I don't know if you guys are ready for this knowledge. This knowledge is important. But before we get sidetracked, I just want to show you some mastery in motion. What I'm talking about is making motions fast. It doesn't matter that I'm going to make $1 million. Yes, I'm going to make $1 million. Don't even worry about that. That's not what's important. What's important is that you gain the knowledge so that you can use this if you need to. Okay, where are we at, Jojo? Right here on enemy sword. Okay, we're looking at this. Okay, so this is a succession. We just started going.
Life doesn't slow down
at 10 minutes into the show. We just started going at these motions. So let's go ahead and start counting these motions real quick and show you they're made by the Illuminati, which means
so don't let that cough or those
we're creating a myth.
Instead, save your
So we're telling you right now that we're not trying to grift.
Just walk into your nearest Henry Ford Go Health Urgent Care Center today.
What is this?
Get ready for some holly jolly savings because
we're not trying to grift you. No. We're telling you right up front that we're making this all up out of thin air. Okay. I told you this is pedagogy of my technique. And I'm just telling you right now that
Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Even though it looks like a cartoon, it looks like a little 2-year-old is playing with crayons. No, this is very deep Illuminati freaking knowledge, Bobo. This knowledge should scare you. Now, don't go into the cave alone unless you're scared, okay? Remember these words I tell you is don't be scared if you're willing to go into the cave with somebody else. You be scared on your own account. Know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you the knowledge right now. So let's go ahead and put this on a plain Jane Mixamo character just because we have the options. We could put it on any kind of character we want to, but for the time being, it's just going to be, okay, the crash dummy. This is just a parable, an allegory for the story of the myth that we are creating. No, we are not creating animations. Yes, the animations will be created, and that's a paradox, and that's the irony. But also all that means is we're not doing anything except being creative. Look, Ma, no hands, and I made that. I made that with no hands, folks. You know what I mean? I just barely touch it like that, and bam. Look, did you see what it just did in a millisecond? Bro, look. Okay, watch this. Refine forward. bro. The point is if you're gonna come to the internet and make money, make it look like you're not making money. No, I'm not making money. I'm not making any money. This is all free. Why is it free to me? Well, I gotta tell you. Because I put in absolutely zero effort to do this. Like I said, it was all handed down to me through the Illuminati. So you can't play semantics with me. Alright, this is a crash test dummy, figuratively and literally. You cannot, my code of ethics and my dogma is bulletproof. I am critique proof. Literally. Okay, so this is the rough, and it's all done. There's no cleanup. There's no retargeting. It's done. Gotta move on to the next one now. Alright. Set your watches. Here we go. Forward golden straws. Here's the next one. Backwards golden straws, right? Okay, refine forward. Refine backwards. This is the only software on the planet that will do it this way. This is the fastest way on the planet. Look, bro, this is the loop. Now that's a finished loop, and we can move on to the next animation, bro. Look. That is Hollywood ready. It's cinematic. I did not animate nothing. The AI did it. That's the parody. That's the paradox. We can now drop this right into UE or Cascadeur or any other 3D program because it's an FBX now. Here we go with the next one, folks. Taunt. Okay. Forwards. Backwards. This is the quantum physics where I'm shaking the dice and I'm shaking the dice forward. That took a millisecond. Shaking the dice backwards, it took a millisecond. Okay, I could shake the dice at a millisecond back and forth till infinity. I could if I want to, but that's the literal complex irony that I don't have to. I could be infinite if I want to, but I don't have to be infinite. Do you understand how complicated yet crazy that sounds? Is that you, baby? Are you knocking on my door, baby? Scaring me. Okay, so this is the third motion out of this series. And we've only been on this one for 4 minutes, and we've already made 3 perfect sword animation. This one's called Taunt or Demons or... See, this is what AI did for me. How did I know I could do it? Well, I didn't have to know I could do it. See, don't you understand?
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
It
hit me, it got a hold of me, it got into me, and then now it's trying to say, but Joe, you need to ask why and how. No, I don't. I don't need to ask why or how ever again. Bro, I've been endowed. I've been endowed by the Illuminati. And what's this motion? Hold on. What is this motion? It's kind of like a Jason. Yeah, it's kind of like a Friday the 13th kind of thing. Ooh! Oh, it is! Bruh. Here, look at this. Let's run this through the refiner. See, it doesn't matter. I could run it through a wood chipper and it would still come out perfect. That is the paradox, baby. I can sit back and laugh at this. Why? Because it's entertaining to me. That I needed no knowledge. I needed no special instruction. Yet I told you that I was handed the knowledge. That in itself is a paradox. So I embrace paradox. And I put on display mastery. It doesn't have to be my mastery. It can be your mastery too. See? All I have to do is inspire you a little bit. Look at this. Look at this. You're going to want to make motions just because it makes you feel good. Not to make money. Well, you can make money with it if you want. But that's not what I'm after, Bobo. Oh, God, that's nice. Oh! Oh, God. Let me just do my thing real quick on there, Bubba. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Foom. Yeah, that's good. And then, foom, and then here. No, I'm really going to make sure this is right, because you won't be inspired unless I demonstrate to you that it is possible to do the impossible. I'm kind of like the Evel Knievel of mocap. I'm showing you the impossible, folks. It ain't no lie. Everybody knows you can't do mocap that easy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. That was beautiful right there, Bubba. Oh my God, that's it! That's it! God dang, that's a Friday the 13th if I've ever seen it. That's irony, baby. Oh, okay, so he's a happy camper. I'm a happy camper. And what's real is not real, and what's not real is real. So the guy in there, in the computer, he's not real. But the guy outside the computer is real. And the guy outside the computer who is really human is trying to make a dehumanized skeleton more lifelike. Therein lies the paradox, folks. Oh my God, look at this. You gotta be freaking joking. Alright, we're putting the refine on this fifth motion. And it just really drives it home. Just the whole act of doing this is a ritual. And consequence is a byproduct of ceremony. So if we treat this right, like it's a ceremony, then the gods will appease us. Why? Because we appeased the gods. Now the gods of animation have just smiled on me. They said, "You're doing good, Joe." You know why you're doing good? Because you're not greedy and you're not Jurassic Parking this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what's the next one, Jojo? Oh, that's dope, bro. Alright, check this out. This is a triple chop. Everybody knows there's no triple chops in fricking any video game, Mixamo, or anything that could come up so original with an original concept like that. Everybody knows. Alright, look, we're gonna refine this. Okay, so we're still on the clock, by the way, and even though we don't have a job, we pretend that this is our job. Why? Because it makes us feel like we're productive. I said like we're productive, but we're not really being productive. No, we're being more than productive. We've out advanced productive. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. We've out advanced freaking productive, Bobo. We're more than productive. We're revolutionary, Bobo. So don't give me no lip. If I want any of your lip, I'll scrape it off my zipper, okay? Let's get some more freaking war music, dude. Oh, this is it. Hey! Okay, they just went through the refine cycle, folks. Alright, here we go with it. The triple freaking zap bammy boo. Here he goes with it. We're spinning straw into gold, folks. Figuratively, literally, and revolutionary. Because we destroyed the Mocap book. Yes, we did. We disrupted the market. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I knew that. We disrupted the market. We now use NVIDIA, or you could say NVIDIA uses us. However you want to put it, we are setting the new gold standard in animation, not mocap, in animation. I've always hated that word, mocap. Sounds so cliche. Such is the irony. Alright, so here we go with the refined stage on this. You see the golden straws, right? Here, let's make them a little bit translucent. Okay, we're going straight to the UE5 rig now. There is no retargeting, so that's what makes it so easy. Wow, is that beautiful. Alright, so here's the final on. My goodness, folks, look at that. This one has twisty joints in it. And I call this one Taunt or Celebrate. Okay, so what's the next one, Joe? Oh, this is beautiful. This is the this is a loop right here. Here, let me get it real quick. This one's only going to take a half a second to do the whole thing. It's just a loop. And there it goes looping. And you could animate a whole crowd with that, folks. This is revolutionary. That is smooth. There's no foot slip. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just perfect. All right, so go to the next one. And do it up real quick. See? Golden straws forward. Golden straws backward. How long have we been streaming? 30 minutes. Okay. And refine forward. So as you see, folks, the speed is blinding. And here's another paradox, ironic paradox for you. Every time you do it, the motion gets better.
At priority health.
Why? It can't help but not to. Because it has bones in the brains. No, it has brains in the bones. I'm sorry. There's bones in the brains. AI brains in the bones. Why? It knows how to act. It's like going to an actor
and everywhere.
And you don't have to tell him how to act. He knows how to act. In fact, you don't even have to pay him. This is like going to a gold miner,
Traditions have the power to turn a simple moment.
and you don't even have to ask him for anything. He just hands over his gold in buckets.
And they're even what inspires
Oh, you
us
gotta
at
be
Tostitos
kidding me.
to
Look
make our
at
masa
this,
the
folks.
traditional way, starting with whole corn kernels. No artificial
Dude,
flavors, colors, or preservatives.
the Illuminati has handed me
Craft our
their
chips for
buckets of
whatever your
gold,
tradition is.
Bobo.
Tostitos. Tradition.
Look at us.
Official
We
Chipotle
are
sponsor of
streaming
the
in
NFL.
4K, creating AAA quality handmade motion capture animations in seconds. In seconds. All right, what's this last one here? Oh God, this is the perfect music for it too. Gold straws backwards. I feel like such a pirate. See, when you're a kid and you go out on Halloween and you dress up like a pirate, why do you do that? Because it's a fantasy. Right? Nothing wrong with living out a little fantasy. That's all I'm doing here. Is I'm pretending I'm an animator. But I'm not. And I feel good. I feel good about it. I feel good about pretending. Because I know I'm not taking myself seriously. I'm not going to make this into a 80s infomercial. And I'm not going to beg you to buy it. No, I'm just going to give it to you so that I can dominate. How am I going to dominate? I'm going to demonstrate mastery. Here it is. I just demonstrated my mastery. I didn't really do nothing. I just talked a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now that guy's good. If he can just talk and do this, that means he's not really doing nothing. Wait. He talked it to life? I've heard of people talking me to death, but this is the opposite of that? He can talk people to life? No, he can't talk people to life. That would be necromancy. That would be weird. He can talk to AI, and the AI brings it to life and makes it more human. Isn't that a paradox? That the machine is making something that's not human more human for the human? Oh my God, my brain hurts, bro. But thank you for watching, folks. Don't forget to subscribe. And we are just so happy with this. God dang that. I don't know how many motions we just made in a half an hour, but it had to be a lot. Here, let me just run through this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I like that. Look at this. 6, 7. And it's fun because 8. Because I'm not really an animator, but I am a collector. And I like collecting things like stamps. I like collecting stamps and motions, and it's a collector's market. This is a niche collector's market. I'm just trying to fulfill my own collection. I'm sure people out there have their own collections. So why not give it away? Give it away, give it away, give it away. Give away its secrets. Give away the gold. Sprinkle the crowd with gold. And you'll be remembered as a legend. You know what I'm saying? So, how many do we got here, Joe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, I'm sorry. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's beautiful, man. Look at this. 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so there's 24 motions in here, folks. That's what you call a data set. So if you need the bones, you can use the bones. If you need no bones, you can use no bones. Here, in fact, I like viewing it without bones. Isn't that cool? Look at this. Does that help you analogize it? Because that's all I want you to do. I want you to create a metaphor in your mind. I want you to analogize what you're seeing right now and call it whatever you want to call it. But never ever wear a mocap suit again, okay? This is the wave of the future. I've looked into the crystal ball, and you know I've been drinking too much coffee, okay? If you want speed and accuracy, go with Truebones. The gold standard in animation. I am not kidding. Here, I'll analogize further. You see that sword? That's not gold, that's yellow, okay? Gold is not yellow. Yellow's for cowards. Gold is for gold. Okay, this is the color of gold right here. See my golden sword? Truebones sets the golden standard for animation, not mocap.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating.
You got me?
Create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with
The
State
golden
Farm personal
standard
price plan.
of
Go bananas.
animation.
I will.
Here, check this out.
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts, and
See, there you go. Right there. That's fun, dude. Look, folks. The golden standard of animation. Can you dig it? So there's your tagline, Joe. The new slogan for Truebones is Truebones, the new golden standard in animation. Can you dig it? Get it? Truebones, it's a play on words. Digging. Can you dig it? See you next time, folks.